election hound here, who can give us all of the poll numbers because he's that kind of numbers freak. Welcome to the program, Stu.
Thank you very much, Glenn. You talked about superdelegates, and this is a pretty interesting development. The polling itself is showing a very close race. Iowa was very close. New Hampshire was a blowout for Bernie Sanders. Yet, as you pointed out, Hillary Clinton is actually ahead in the delegate count, depending on how you look at it, by either a little bit in the actual assigned delegates, or if you go beyond that to committed delegates and superdelegates, there's a huge margin for Hillary Clinton. I think it's 394 to 41. 394 to 42 is what the actual count is when you count for superdelegates, which is pretty amazing. So, what is a superdelegate?
This is why she can get up on stage and she's not freaking out at all.
Right. You'd think she's, in serious trouble, and apparently she doesn't feel that way, at least not yet. A superdelegate, basically a party insider, right? In New Hampshire, there were 6 of them, including Jeanne Shaheen, the senator, the governor, representatives, and other Democratic Party insiders. Now, again, this is a group of people that constantly preach to us about disenfranchising voters, and then they have these superdelegates that overwhelm the actual voters to the point that each superdelegate accounts for about 10,000 voters. So for Bernie Sanders to overcome the superdelegate situation over Hillary Clinton in New Hampshire, he had to get 60,000 voters to come to his side to account for just the inside schlubs that are able to vote as superdelegates.
You know what really hacks me off is this is the party, as we were talking before, this is the party that talks about how you can't disenfranchise voters, that everybody is tired of having to jump through hoops. We got to make it easy for people to vote. And then they rig the game.
Yep. They say, so what?
But that's not a very good argument.
And that's what they're saying. So?
Yeah.
So what?
Yeah, we can't require people
want to make something out of it?
Do you know?
No,
do you know?
Do you?
Well, I'd like to.
Do you know when this started? Do you know when this really when they cranked this up?
Woodrow Wilson.
No, surprisingly not.
Okay.
In 1980 and 1984, in response to another revolution, because the Republicans did not the same thing. It's not nearly as bad, but they also weight blue counties 40 times more than red counties. So, if, for instance, there's a district in the Bronx that's deep blue, and it voted for Mitt Romney in 2012. It had 1,600 votes for Mitt Romney. It got 3 delegates. In Alabama, there's another district that cast the votes for Mitt Romney, and there were 233,000 votes. They also got 3 delegates. So the same kind of game is going on, and it's because of the Ronald Reagan Revolution. They didn't like Ronald Reagan as much as people don't like Ted Cruz now. They knew that he would be a challenge to their authority and to the establishment. And so neither liked it on both sides. When he won, they wanted to make sure that kind of revolution wouldn't happen again, and that's why they started rigging the game.
It really does go on in both parties, though the situation with the Democrats and
is much worse.
The superdelegates is extreme. It really is. So it kind of like lays out the case for Hillary Clinton. She has this strong party backing. She hasn't been campaigning as much to the average person. She's campaigning to these superdelegates, knowing that if she can lock them up, she has an almost unstoppable path to the nomination. So when you look at the actual polling, though, of actual people, the next caucus for the Democrats is Nevada. And Nevada is a key state because the situation with Bernie Sanders has been for months that Hillary Clinton can lose to Bernie Sanders in these first couple of states. Why? Because they're almost exclusively white populations. And Bernie Sanders does much better with white people than he does with minorities. And minorities are obviously a key constituent for Democrats. Hillary's going to be fine when she gets to South Carolina and Nevada because, at that point, the physics will kick in. Minority voters will begin to support her, and Bernie Sanders goes away. That's been the theory for months. New poll out from Nevada. Now, Nevada is a situation where 35% of voters in the Democratic caucus in 2008 were minority voters. So 35%. This is very typical of the Democratic Party as a whole. What the new Nevada poll from the Washington Free Beacon shows, Sanders 45, Clinton 45. This is, if that happens, if she loses Nevada and South Carolina, she is in mega trouble because these are this is where she's supposed to be winning. And if this Sanders thing is real, if these sorts of results actually,
I think they are. I think they are. I think Sanders, although hurt himself by sitting at the diner with Al Sharpton, because I don't think African Americans look at Al Sharpton favorably. At least any African American I know. They look at him, no matter what the politics, as a charlatan. So, and by the way, Bernie Sanders and Al Sharpton are still at the diner. They can't decide